Allez, on est de retour pour la suite de nos aventures avec Snake.
The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear.
Mais merde, je pisse le sang.
The hundreds, if not thousands.
J'avais pas vu. Ok, ça sert à quoi? Ah, ça c'est pour le stress. Et de se rappeler un peu de tout.
Thousands of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat. The blind rush to nuclear proliferation.
Si je me trompe de touche, ça va pas le faire. Ah ouais, je laisse du sang partout. Est-ce qu'il est le Metal Gear? Que je prenne des photos.
Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states. They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete with the US's nuclear strike capability. The world is about to see a swarm of these Metal Gear derivatives. Some say that the strategic importance of aircraft carriers will be reduced by the completion of Ray. The opposition from the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from Navy brass, especially those with submarine and air background. Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think.
Où est-ce que je dois aller? Par ici.
This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray. The shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs.
Ça me dit pas où je dois aller. Et non, comment je me suis fait carotter. Oh oh. Cette grillade. Ah, comment je me suis fait griller. Ups. Ah bah oui. Cramé. Ça m'en prendra à tirer dans le vide. Allez, on recommence.
Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray. The shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs. Ours is not the only military project devoted to nuclear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation. It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to.
Non mais s'ils veulent bien se tourner de l'autre côté, c'est sympa.
I promise you that they will not succeed. I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty.
Mais non! Pourquoi je le pousse? Arrête de pousser les gens. Je fais de la merde. Et j'abuse.
This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray. The shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and we, the Marine
Mais non, je veux me mettre contre le truc. Arrête de failer. Ça tombe, c'est même pas le bon endroit pour passer.
This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear
J'essaie de passer
strategy
par là.
in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray. The shift in the balance of power will mean a
Pas si c'est
new
mieux,
world
mais
order. And we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development.
allez, si vous voulez bien vous tourner. Messieurs, dames.
Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation.
Même pas où je veux aller.
It's a fact that players in favor of
Eh
such a
merde, le
policy
bruit.
Snake, you okay? Snake! Snake!
Non, je ne capte pas là où je dois aller. C'est mal parti.
Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by
Il y a une
Ray.
porte, est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose?
The shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation. It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own raid project. But I promise you that they will not succeed.
Pourquoi je sens qu'ils vont se
I
retourner?
have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my...
Ok, c'est par là. Eh ben quand même.
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses incident during the Sears...
On doit être arrivé au Metal Gear.
The current state of nuclear
Ah, j'imagine.
proliferation is a direct result of that event.
Mais vu comment il regarde en l'air, au point de se faire un torticolis. Ah, il est classe. J'ai pensé à Zone of Cylinder. Ah, il y a notre ami.
Metal Gear.
Et après, il va falloir trouver là où on les envoie.
Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater. Move in undetected and make its landing on any shoreline. Its onboard joint tactical information and distribution system
Good.
Belle photo.
targets with unerring accuracy and takes them out with massive firepower. It is the ultimate weapon, and it is yours to guard. I'd like you all to think about what that means.
Alors, il nous faut des profils.
You must be tense. Let's do a little stretching, shall we?
Un malade.
Left. Front. Up.
On veut prendre des belles photos d'ici.
Up.
Bah voilà.
Left.
Good.
To move on, this new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray, after the great Manta Ray. Our Ray has a sting that nature never gave the Manta. With this latest Metal Gear, we can rule the sea and land as we never have before. We have intelligence that there are anti-Metal Gear terrorists planning to target the ship.
Ça il tombe pas lui.
Intruder to the right! Intruder in the back!
Panique pas.
Intruder to the right! Intruder to the left!
Comment il fait stresser le mec.
Should that actually happen, I expect you to be prepared. We cannot and will not give up Ray. Stay on your guard at all times.
Good.
Let's continue. George Sears surrendered his presidency in the aftermath of Shadow Moses. The official reason given did not, of course, include the development of Metal Gear Rex and next-generation nuclear warheads. But even you will have heard rumors that he was forced to resign after the failed cover-up cost him his influence in the political community. The Metal Gear Rex development on Shadow Moses was supposedly the first preparatory measure taken against the future possibility of reduced nuclear defense capability. NMD technology
Alors je sais pas si c'est recommandé. Pardon.
Means that there was a calculated intent to cash in on this opportunity by specific interests within the military-industrial complex. We are here today to flush out and rid our country of these corrupting forces. That is our mission. You will bear that in mind.
Good.
Undeniable fact that there is a force at work in our government and within the military, seeking to control national affairs to suit its own interests. Metal Gear Ray bears the burden of confronting this party, thwarting their plans and guiding this nation back to its original path. This exercise is but a first step towards that goal. The future of the country rests with you tonight.
Good.
Gear technology are about to render agreements like the NPT and START obsolete. There are also forces at work trying to exploit this disturbing trend to further their own power and influence. The human race is about to slide back into the...
Alors après il nous a demandé d'envoyer une photo. Que va-t-il nous dire? Que nous vaut-il, notre ami?
Why are you turning around? Metal Gear is in the farthest hold, I
Ah
told you.
merde, j'ai pas les
The
bonnes photos
Commandant
alors.
is almost done with his speech. We're just about out of time. Hurry!
Merde, à moins qu'il fallait envoyer les photos ici.
This Metal Gear Ray is a prototype.
Ah, c'était là.
Operated by an onboard...
Et je n'avais point vu. Police Note, on voit encore la référence aux anciens jeux de Kojima.
So, any codec moments from you, Snake? Okay, first up. Okay, this works. It's a great front view. The next one's...
T'as plutôt intérêt de me dire que c'est bon.
Okay, that's good. The shot from the right is in the bag.
Ah, il aime bien celle de droite en arrière. En 3/4.
Next up is... This is great. The Marines lettering shows up really well. The next image is... We only need one good shot of the lettering. The next image is... You're a pretty good photographer. We can definitely use this left shot. Okay, now we have all the photos. Snake, the speech is about to wind up. Forget the photos and get out of there now.
Allez, il faut se barrer maintenant.
We, the
On a les
Marines,
photos.
will lead the charge into a new world order with Metal Gear Reign. That is all. Dismissed.
Mais genre, il me restait 1 minute 30 normalement. Sacré bestiaux.
Excellent speech, my friend.
Ah,
Who
slow.
the...
Gift of the silver tongue. They say it's the mark of a good officer. End of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice to speak the truth.
Identify yourself.
I am Shalashaska, also called Revolver Ocelot.
What do you want?
This machine will be quite useful.
What are you planning to do? Steal this thing?
Steal? No, I'm taking it back. Lukovich. Nobody move. Understood? This ship now carries enough Simtex on its key structural points to blow it out of the water at the touch of this button. That's right. No one has to die needlessly. We're almost at the target. Get a move on.
What do you intend to do with Ray? Sell it on the streets?
I was raised in Snezinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
What are you talking about?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans.
Is there a point to this sad story?
Now you would understand. Land, friends, dignity, all sold to the highest bidder, the United States of America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again. And Ray is the key.
I regret to inform you that I have no intention of selling Metal Gear. As I said, I came to take it back. Yes, returned to the Patriots.
The Lale Nule Lo? How's that possible?
Ocelot, You! Have you sold us out?
I was never in your employ, Golukovich.
Are you still in league with Solidus?
No hard feelings, Colonel. Mother Russia can rot for all I care.
Since when, Ocelot? When did you turn?
I'm glad you noticed, comrade. I abandoned her during the Cold War.
Ah!
Metal Gear only has room for one! Golukovich, you and your daughter will die here.
Damn you!
Sergei, looks like you were long overdue for retirement.
Traitorous dog!
Show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now. This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
It's been a while, brother.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning in time. I know what it's like, brother. No wonder Naomi passed you over for the Fox Dive program.
Ouch! Get out of my mind, Liquid!
The price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on through this arm!
Liquid's on.
choice after all! You're going down, Snake, with this tanker!
Proceeding as planned, sir. Yes, at the location we discussed. Yes, I have photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The cipher was most useful. I look forward to tomorrow morning's news flash. I would say the Marine Corps' plans are on indefinite hold. Yes, of course, Mr. President.
Allez, on va sauvegarder, ce sera fait. Et donc on apprend que Ocelot est entre guillemets possédé par Liquid grâce à la greffe du bras. Et donc il est de mèche avec Solidius, le troisième frère caché que l'on apprend à la fin du 1. On savait déjà justement que Ocelot était avec. Sauf que là, il a l'esprit de Liquid avec lui.
Of that tanker 2 years ago.
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time. But in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Calling teams Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the big shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group and they have the big shell under complete control.
Come in from downwind and pull up fast. Get ready to fast rope down to Shell 1. 5 minutes to ETA. Tell why your top priority is to rescue and safeguard the president. Team Bravo, watch out for Stillman's back and get those C4s disarmed.
What are their demands?
$30 billion.
$30 billion. What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the big shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The president?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the big shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history. You have 2 mission objectives. 1, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the president and other hostages. And 2, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary. You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Is this a joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
This is Snake. I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the Big Shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part. Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the Big Shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use that.
Sounds good.
Your new sneaking suit uses electrofiber technology, a byproduct of fiber optics research. The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D. Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
Là, c'est la combi.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area. Locate the hatch first.
Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
Alors on a une entrée de Eden façon MGS1. On arrive par l'eau. Il y a des drôles de bêtes ici. Et on doit prendre un ascenseur. J'ai l'impression d'être un cafard. Car Eden était vu comme un perso super classe, notamment par ses déplacements. Un personnage qui n'a fait que de l'entraînement virtuel, les VR, qui sont une option en général. Et donc n'aurait jamais fait de vraie mission.
Colonel, I've sighted an enemy sentry. AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment, is Russian-made.
Must be a Grlukovich man.
Grlukovich?
A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses takeover group 4 years ago.
What's their stake in this one?
They must have made a deal, an arrangement with the terrorists. They become a band of mercenaries, an army without a country.
Ok, il va falloir s'infiltrer. Personne. Et on essaie de faire ça avec du swag. C'est la ninja moderne. Egg.
Colonel, there's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skills.
We need to get an ID. But for now, you can take advantage of the situation and get to work. There's a terminal in front of the elevator. A node.
Did you say nerd?
Not nerd. Node.
Oh.
Use the node to gain access to the Big Shell's facilities network.
Then what?
Pull up the map of the structure. That'll let you activate the Soliton radar.
The Soliton radar? True. That radar came in useful during VR training.
A radar system uses biological magnetic fields as input. These estimated enemy positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS signals and field personnel reports. We need to get to the map through the Big Shell's node to put this data processing to practical use. The node unit is about 3 feet high, should be colored blue. Each area has at least one.
How do I gain access?
Just push the action button in front of the node. The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness. If they spot you, you won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
Got it.
Ok, donc pour l'instant ça explique voilà pourquoi on n'avait pas le... On n'avait pas le radar activé avec ce qu'ils appellent les nœuds. C'est pas la version tranquille ça, c'est la version torture. Je sais pas moi comment on va appeler ça. Allez, on va mettre Dark. Qu'est-ce qu'on va mettre? Je suis parti à l'envers. Ok. Ah oui, ok, on nous balance les réglages. Ok, c'est fait.
Good work, Raiden.
The radar should be functioning now?
Remember your VR training sessions. The tool is exactly the same one. It maps the terrain as well as the position of enemy personnel. The bright dot in the middle is you, Raiden. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it. It gets jammed easily, I'm afraid. It's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful.
Méfiez-vous.
The Big Shell's layout
Mais
maps
c'est
can now
bien
be
sûr.
available after touching the start button.
How do I save the mission data?
I've set aside a proprietary frequency for saves, and an analyst to work on the data too.
Jack, is everything all right?
What are you doing here?
Jack, can you hear me?
Ah,
Rose,
c'est Rose.
you're not supposed to be involved.
La Titanic,
What's
tout
going
ça.
on?
Jack et
Jack,
Rose.
I'm a part of this mission.
Colonel, what the hell is going on?
Raiden, meet the mission analyst. She'll be overseeing the data saving and support.
Why her?
The Foxhound analyst that was supposed to take part in this mission was in an accident. Rosemary was brought in as a replacement.
An accident?
And according to the files, she knows you better than anybody else.
Rose may be in the service, but an intelligence analyst is no field officer.
Not to worry. She has our technical staff at her disposal.
She's never been a part of a field mission. This is insane.
I have my own reasons for selecting her for this mission, soldier.
Colonel, I fail to see...
I know your VR training performance in and out, but sometimes that's not enough. You're familiar with the Shadow Moses incident?
You know I covered it in VR.
If there's a crucial tactical detail that case taught us, it was the power of the operative's will to survive.
I was trained to fight. My personal feelings have no place in a mission.
We've learned that it doesn't work that way. And on the field, you need all the help you can get.
Jack, you're stuck with me whether you like it or not.
Rose.
You need someone to watch your back. But I have conditions that need to be met, Colonel.
What is it?
I'll perform my duties and save that mission data, but I'm aware that technically I'm not part of the mission control team. After all, I'm just a normal girl who's worried about Jack. But that means, Colonel, that I am not required to follow your orders outside of my immediate duties. Jack is not simply a field personnel for me to track. His safety comes first to me, not the mission. And because of that, I will be monitoring and keeping a record of every communication you have with him, Colonel.
Given the circumstances, you're free to do what you see fit.
Hey, I prefer this to being kept in the dark waiting.
I'd like to make a request, if I may.
Of course.
His handle is Raiden. For the duration of the mission, could you call him that?
Yes, sir. All right, Raiden. Let me know when you're ready to turn in a save. The proprietary save frequency is 140.96. I just switched frequencies. Jack?
What?
Do you know what day it is tomorrow?
April 30th. Is there something special about it?
Isn't there?
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh well. I'll keep trying till I hear the answer. I'm gonna let you go now, Jack. Take care.
Regarde les mecs qui se réveillent.
Raiden, the enemy sentry is regaining consciousness.
Be careful, Jack.
Find somewhere to hide until the elevator arrives. You must stay out of sight.
Sérieux.
Who's that?
Merde, il m'a vu.
What's going on? Respond. Answer me. You better not be asleep. Wake up.
Allez, fonce. Ah, Raiden avec son masque.
The terrorists call themselves Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty?
The name of their leader is Solid Snake.
The hero of Shadow Moses? So that's why you changed my code name.
Right, but he can't be the Solid Snake. He died 2 years ago on that tanker after he blew it sky high.
Could he have survived?
Not a chance.
Colonel, I'm on the roof. There are no sentries, but it would only take one to spot me in this light.
You never had daylight VR training after all. Stay extra sharp until you can find a node to log in from.
What about the commandos?
SEAL Team 10 has landed on struts B and C.
And the President?
Seems he was spotted on strut B.
Strut B?
The big shell is comprised of shells 1 and 2. Each unit consists of a central core and 6 struts surrounding it.
So the whole thing is shaped like 2 hexagons connected end on end.
Exactly. And you're on the roof of strut A, shell 1 at the moment.
Faut pas se promener avec tous ces lettres.
First,
On va avoir
get to
beaucoup
a
d'allers-retours à
node.
faire.
Log into the network.
Got it.
Ok. S'ils ont fini de parler, je vais en profiter pour faire la première cure, je pense. Paraît bien. Au milieu des mouettes. En espérant que l'orage qui a l'air d'être pas loin ne posera pas problème.